Hi, friends. I wanted to talk to you today about how your higher self speaks to you, even if you think it doesn't. First of all, what is your higher self? It can be called a few different things, but it's basically the part of yourself that is closer to source and it holds the knowledge and the wisdom of all of your lives. It's a part of your soul that knows what your purpose and your path here is in this life. Today somebody asked me, does your higher self speak with you? And I had to stop for a second and think on that because I do consider myself an intuitive person, but it's not like I have conversations with my higher self every day, like, hey, higher self, how's it going? What do you have for me today? Doesn't quite work like that. Um, but I do get messages. And I'll share with you how I get the messages. And you might reflect on your own and think, hey, maybe I get some messages too. Because I believe we all get them. We just may not be paying close enough attention to them. So, say for instance, I've had a really bad day at work at my regular job. Um, I put in a lot of effort and a lot of time into trying to make things run smoothly there, but it just didn't work so well. I come home feeling kind of off and frustrated, and I kind of go to my mind to come up with a plan to try harder the next day. If I just try harder, I can do better at this job. But I really don't feel well. Um, then on the weekend, I see a hypnotherapy client, and we have an amazing session. Um, we finish the session, and I give him a hug, and I feel like I've guided him into some really deep, wonderful, and amazing stuff. And I say goodbye to him and feel like, man, that felt so natural. Like I didn't even have to try to do what I did. It was effortless. And I felt really good doing it. And that's sort of the, oh, okay, that felt good. And sadly, it shouldn't feel strange when things feel good, but in our lives, most things don't really feel good, and we think that's normal. So, oh, it felt good to do that, as opposed to, ooh, how can I bring myself to go back to my 9 to 5? So, no, that is the higher self talking to you. The higher self is speaking to you through your feelings, through your sensations. You know what feels good and you know what doesn't feel good. And it's moving past what feels good, it's what feels right. Yesterday, I had a, a cup of tea with a friend whom I hadn't seen for a very long time. And we had a beautiful reconnection. It was like an affirmation of who we are as women. And we were tearful and we embraced, and it was beautiful and lovely. And I walked away from that thinking, oh, I feel really good. Why is it whenever I spend time with her, I feel really good? Again, it is the soul, it is the higher self telling me, okay, Nina, get off the couch, go see this friend some more. She's good for you, she'll uplift you. Do this, not that. So that's sort of how this consciousness speaks with you. It gives you pains in your body, it gives you feelings of discomfort, frustration, stress. These are all messages that we can either choose to pay attention to or not. How often do we stick with something because we think it's the safer path or the right thing to do or it looks appropriate, but we know it's not right for us? So each one of us has a beautiful, brilliant, singular path that is made just for us. And through this sort of sensory processing field known as our body, we are given huge messages by our higher selves to attune to that path. And it's up to us to make the choice whether to listen or not. But I'll tell you this, whatever it is we think is okay or good enough, our higher selves know that there's so much better for us. So I encourage you to just start to pay attention to what feels good and what feels right. From the smallest thing of like even the food you eat to the bigger things like the people you spend time with or the activities you attend to, and see what feels good and feels right. And you'll start to notice your higher self is speaking to you all the time. Take care, friends. Bye.